What is up, Voodoo Tribe? It is your girl Naja here, aka the Voodoo Child, and I am back with another unpopular opinion video. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute. I've been giving you guys some, book commentaries, pop culture rants, all that, but I gotta come back with a good old-fashioned long unpopular opinion. Get your snacks, get your wine, get whatever you gotta do to unwind, because I got a lot of things to say. So by the trigger warning that you guys saw, you already know it's about to get weird. So I was like, let me just go ahead and knock it out in the beginning. Diplo. Unpopular opinion. Diplo needs to get the R. Kelly treatment.
What's going on, Diplo?
Chilling, man.
How's everything?
Everything's great, bro.
So how's that lawsuit going?
The lawsuit?
Yeah?
I don't have one. Yeah, well,
For revenge?
Yeah, no, she backed out because she didn't have any case, so it's all folded, man.
How about the...
This is coming from a rave baby. Like, I was in high school at the height of the EDM 2010s era. Like, I get it. I used to love Diplo. I love MIA. I love EDM music and all of that stuff. So please do not think that I personally just cannot be one of those people that is on that whole, oh, this is a legend, we gotta protect Diplo. F that.
Diplo produced one of your early tracks, but I'm wondering how you linked up with him so early in your career.
Cause I just hit him up on MySpace. Like, I was dating some guy who knew Diplo, and I just kind of took it upon myself to just be like, yo, here I am, my name is Dilly Banks, I go to Guardia High School, I'm drum major, I'm 17, here's my demos, check me out, I'm good, you should listen to me. And then he finally hit me back and was like, yo, you're crazy. And at first I was kind of just like, no, this isn't the real Diplo account because he's not hitting me back. Why wouldn't he hit me back? I'm the best, But it was him, like, and he was just like, you're mad crazy, like, we should meet. And then I just met him, and I was like, yo, let me get some beats. And he gave me a beat, and I just recorded to it, and Supplier was born. It's like the song, my God, I sound like so little on that track when I'm rapping. Like, I was like 17.
Did you hear that Diplo's still like having sex with like teenage girls?
No, yes.
No, honey, like, no. Let me tell you, I used to have sex with Diplo when I was 17. Like, yeah, Diplo definitely found me on MySpace, and like, cause I've like always given him credit for fucking launching my career off. But yeah, I had to give him some teenage to do it.
Yeah, no, Diplo is praying.
No, Diplo's praying. He's praying, and he's always been like preying on kind of like young, ethnic girls. Like, yeah, Diplo's got a rotten. He's got a rotten, and he's weird. Like, I think he goes on like sex tourism kind of things. Like, I feel like the kind of like worldly global music that, because he doesn't produce any of it, I feel like it's all just been a front for tourism.
I could see that.
I could totally see Diplo in like the favela, like some like broke 14-year-old girl, like giving her tickets to the Major Lazer show and like just leaving her where she is, So also, women, watch your daughters around Diplo.
Diplo is the R. Kelly of EDM. I feel like I'm having my Vince Staples moment right now, because yes, people are coming out. Yes, people are saying their piece, but I feel like it's gonna be until way too late until finally people want to make something out of this. And there's been multiple girls. The first girl that was really, really public on social media anyway was Quinn Blackwell.
Diplo sets the record straight on his living situation with TikTok star Quinlan Blackwell. Last year, 19-year-old Quinlan told followers she's living with the 41-year-old DJ. She then proceeded to upload several videos of the duo hanging out, including several clips titled Living with Diplo, the series. But after fans raise a few questions, Diplo takes to Twitter to issue a response saying, okay, so I rent one of my properties to Quinlan, and yes, I use the studio that is in that building. Her social media is sarcastic and chaotic, and I can see you can get a twisted idea, but there is nothing but a friendship between us. He then adds, as a landlord, I don't really consider age or race as a qualification. You just gotta pay security deposit, and don't poke holes in the walls or ruin my carpet. When a follower asked what he has in common with a 19-year-old that would warrant a friendship, Diplo says the two make music together. Quinlan, who appears to have a boyfriend named Parker, also addresses her followers, tweeting, I'm not being groomed. Platonic relationships exist. I've been living here for over a year. I'd rather break both of my legs and be forced to walk than pursue Diplo romantically, and he'd rather choke. Diplo has given me the opportunity and the security to create, Quinlan continues. Diplo and his team are my mentors, and his team have saved me numerous times from the weirdos in LA. My parents trust him. I trust him. Y'all are making me feel icky. Diplo is my LA dad, nothing more.
I remember feeling bad for her, because it's like all of us girls go through that young, dumb, and full of you-know-what phase. And then when you add fame and money on top of it, it was just a room for grooming, manipulation, misplaced anger when you find out that you've been groomed and manipulated.
I'm just gonna tell y'all everything that's been happening for the past 2 years so y'all understand why nothing has been released, and it seems like I've not been doing shit. This producer told me to come out here when I was 17, and I came out here when I was 18, and I didn't know what I was coming out here for really, but then I started making music, And then a whole bunch of producers were like, wait, this is really good music. So I stopped working on myself at all and like on my own craft and like comedy and stuff. And I've just been making music for the past 2 years, right? And it's really good. I love my music. My music's been a journal to me through all the bullshit I've dealt with from someone older, like wanting to help me, but essentially just like seeing a young creative with light in them and wanting to own them and have them a part of your crew and shit. It's so weird. So then when I wake up out of the fog and haze from like living over there and living with these producers and shit, like I have all this music, but then they're like, wait for the perfect time, wait for the perfect time. And there's no perfect time to like release your creations. You do it as you make them, but no one would fucking help me till this day. No one will fucking help me. You would think like you're in LA, you can figure it all out. Like everyone's so burnt out and they don't want to do shit and they don't want to like have hope for anything. Any other music people I call, they're like, it's the worst time ever in the music industry. Like I don't give a fuck. I just want to release music. It's been so long. I've got release dates since 2020 and nothing has been released. It's April of 2022. I'm 21 now. Like, I want to release music. I just don't know how to. And I feel lost. And, like, the people I'm reaching out to get my music from won't answer. And I don't know why, because I'm not a bad person. I haven't done bad shit to them. I don't know why. But now I just feel so lost in myself because I have been working on something all this time. It's just no one's helping me make anything come to fruition. So I'm just sitting, seeing y'all asking for music and stuff. I'm like, what have you even been doing? And all my friends like, what have you been doing? It's like, I've been trying to release music. But everyone who said they would help me didn't have the facilities to do it and they just lied, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel good though. I wake up depressed every day. It's like when you come to LA, don't trust what everyone's saying around you like I did.
It was just a lot, and to see Quinn go through it so publicly and to see people shame her because she didn't take the advice when she was young and dumb and impressionable, it got swept under the rug.
To that one time I was getting groomed and all the 4-year-olds around me were like, y'all souls are just so in sync. Like, can anyone call the police? Because I'm not in a good situation and y'all is just making...
There is another girl who has been doing tons of interviews on Sloan's channel. If you guys do not watch Sloan, I don't know what you're doing. He does very, very good interviews, and he's been interviewing this girl. She's been popping up on my For You page a lot of her experience with Diplo and her court case with Diplo.
Why are they reporting that he had won, and what does this, in reality, what does it mean?
A lot of the media got it wrong where they said, like, you know, he won his case against me, like revenge porn, stalking, trespassing case. That's absolutely not true. The arbitration award has absolutely nothing to do with our civil litigation cases. The arbitration award is the bullshit that I ended up wrapped into because of agreeing to the mutual private restraining order. The mutual private restraining order agreement within it had a non-disparagement provision, as well as no indirect or direct harassment, right? So he was able to win 10 breaches, which were $50,000 each, because of tweets that were considered indirect harassment, including, but not limited to, Taylor Swift lyrics.
Really?
Me saying, I never trust a narcissist, but they love me. Me tweeting that. As I'm listening to the song, I'm listening to the song and I'm tweeting it. They used that against me. They said that was about him. The one where it's the same song and she says, I don't regret it one bit because he had it coming. They used that. They said that was indirect harassment. A Rihanna tweet. A Rihanna retweet. I had retweeted her saying, never underestimate the ability to make for a man to make you feel guilty for his mistakes.
And just a retweet.
A retweet. They used that.
So the judge awarded that? Like the judge sided with him over that?
So, the arbitrator was a previous judge who actually is good friends and family friends with, well, to my belief and knowledge, good family friends with Brian Friedman.
Then if you want to even take it to the way back, okay, if you really want to take it back, Diplo and MIA, there's been tons and tons of stories surrounding them.
She had heard about me because I was playing the funk music, the Brazilian music, and she was interested in like seeing my party. She met me there. She had this record called Galang at the time, which was also a big hit for our party. It was a dance hall, like English grime record. And I was playing it a lot, and she came and she just met me, and got her number. And Nick Huggett, for some reason, decided to invest in me and sent MIA to Philly to make a couple songs or rapping over, make the clips, whatever it was, just crazy. I just was like, this is what I do. I make mixtapes and stuff. I started selling the mixtape on my own. And I must have made $200,000 by like bootlegging this mixtape. And me and her started to date. We started to make music together. She was just like, at the time, the most important artist there was. She was complete anarchy, chaos, It was an Indian, Sri Lankan girl from London that made like kind of crazy music. We started dating and I fell in love with her, and I was always together making music, trying to do ideas with her, and really I thought a big part of her push. But I saw the power she had over the internet and the attitude, and I was like, this girl's got it all. And she got signed to Interscope. We broke up, we got back together, and one day we were living together in New York, and I made that Paper Planes beat, and she had a little freestyle over it. We were watching The Wire at the time, and we just wrote this rap, and there's actually YouTube of us making the video or making the song, and then we made that song.
Maya has explained in an old interview that when she was signed to Interscope Records, her boyfriend Diplo was really upset about this. Diplo's jealousy completely overwhelmed him, and he began smashing furniture in the hotel room that the couple were staying at the time. MIA has explained that Diplo was very easily set off. He would often spin into fits of rage and become extremely harsh towards his partner, telling her that she did not deserve the success that she had found, and that her music was terrible and that she should never have been anything more than an underground artist. Before the two went their separate ways, MIA introduced Diplo to a well-established London DJ named DJ Switch. Diplo, DJ Switch, and MIA all collaborated in the track Paper Planes that later was nominated for a Grammy. At the time of its release, Paper Planes peaked at number 4 on Billboard's Hot 100. While Diplo had certainly gotten a taste of success in his career, Paper Planes was arguably his big break. Diplo finding fame also meant that he found out that fame equaled easy access to girls and women.
I know Diplo may look young, but he is an older gentleman. This has been going on for decades, which is why I said he needs to get the R. Kelly treatment. He always has little girls, little black girls in his house. He has a type. Little black girls, mainly dark-skinned, skinny, in physique. He has a type.
Diplo officially confirming that he is a father of 3. It was in a sweet Mother's Day Instagram post on Sunday. His post thanked the 3 mothers in his life, including model and former Miss Universe contestant Javon King. King welcomed their baby boy named Ace on March 20th, but kept the identity of the father private.
Reports have linked King and Diplo for a long time. This marks the first time that either of them have publicly confirmed that they share a son. The DJ also shares 2 children with his ex, Catherine Lockhart, 9-year-old Lockett, and 5-year-old Laser Lee Lewis.
And he takes them and puts them in whatever house he's at, in whatever studio he's at.
Some of you may know I recently did a deep dive covering the allegations that have been levied against Diplo. This deep dive went viral, prompting Diplo to reach out to me personally. I'm not going to show the whole conversation right at this moment, but this is how the conversation got started. He basically just slid into my DMs trying to proclaim his innocence, and I was basically just saying everything I said was cited from a credible source. He then spent a decent amount of time trying to discredit multiple girls that have come forward. In my inbox, he has made statements about Azalea Banks, Shelly, and Quinn, and I'm not going to show those screenshots right now just because it's harmful and it's offensive to victims. But what I found very, like, a mind fuck is the fact that not only did he reach out to me to try to discredit the victims who have come forward. In the previous screenshot I just showed you, I told him I'm not taking my post down because there's no reason to. And he says, I'm sure you would never take your post down as it's your most popular. I'm sure you are monetizing. If you ever want to go out and get pizza or something, I'd be down. Also, in the screenshot that I just showed you guys, in my initial response to his first message, I tell him, since I have posted this deep dive, I have had dozens of women message me anonymously, sharing their experiences with him. And in response to that, he said, I'd love to see the other teen girls because I believe that's false. You love to mention multiple teens, but we both know that's a lie or it would be public. So I responded to him saying, I don't recommend calling my bluff because this story can continue. Also, please refrain from flattering yourself. Your post is far from my most popular. He then continues saying Jenna knows he's not HIV positive and then tries to make me feel bad, saying it's not fun when his children and ex-girlfriends ask if he has AIDS. First of all, your kids are 9 and 11. Stop. Then he says, you seem cool though. You sure you don't want to go get dinner? The level of unprofessionalism is insane. Him reaching out to me, a little creator on TikTok, just discussing these allegations and sliding into my DMs and asking me out to dinner twice. This is a really strange interaction.
Takes them on tour and all this stuff's just like R. Kelly. Mark my words. Everybody just wants to brush it under the rug. And it's like, this is dark. Like, this is devious. And I'm not trying to play the race card or nothing, but it's like, people love to bring up other white men when it came to R. Kelly. Like, oh, well, this white man do that and this white man do that. Okay, well, put your money where your mouth is. What are we going to do about this white man? And he is terrorizing young black and brown girls, mainly black girls. Like, Come on now, we need to do something about that. So mark my words, unpopular opinion, because people love Diplo. People still do features with him. He has major connects in the Caribbean, connects with Afro beats. Like, he's a very, very powerful man. I just don't see this going well. Mark my words, unpopular opinion. Diplo needs to get R. Kelly. He needs to get looked into. Some of these parents need to step up, and I wouldn't be surprised if these parents were complicit, just like the R. Kelly stuff. Let me know what y'all think. I spoke about this briefly on my pop culture rant about Keefe D getting arrested, and about how these grown-ass men need to stop going online and snitching on themselves. Well, unpopular opinion, but ever since the absence of Wendy Williams, Wack 100 has been doing everything in his ability to fill those big shoes, child.
But we come from a very homosexual era of hip-hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such, and now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle.
Bossy Santana violated the homie act, told Act he gonna knock him out and do a act to him. Act is a straight man, but one thing about Wack, I got some gangsters that's part of the community. So I got my homeboy Denat online. Nuts. Denat is an openly gay man. Hold on though, bro. You saying right now, Denat, Act is listening.
Oh, we running this clip on my Instagram tomorrow.
Denat gonna run the fade. That's it. Bet. Yo, Saucy, no more coming at Act. Denat, my nigga from Clubhouse, he running the fade.
Why are you suing Wack 100 for $500,000?
Oh, he lied and said I'm fucking a preacher.
Oh.
Yeah, nah, you can't lie and say a nigga gay and nigga ain't gay. Who? 100 say they got a gay sex tape of Nipsey. Square business, a straight nigga can't sit up and say you gay.
Kiddo called me and he was trying to break down the politics of Cook County Jail or whatever. And he was saying people do that to try to get to another area, right?
I don't think anyone actually thinks that Vaughn was gay.
And I'm telling, I don't know nothing about that.
Right.
You can't play with me. I know where you're at, where you sleep. I know about your weird ass baby daddy, all that.
He came in hot on Wiz Khalifa as well. He said the reason Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa are no longer together is because Wiz Khalifa and her both share the same attraction for the same thing, insinuating that Wiz Khalifa is maybe an unproud member of the alphabet community.
Wack 100 has successfully outed people's sexuality. All he talks about is somebody being gay, somebody doing this, gossiping, going on talk shows, gossiping, spreading the lies, like just messy. And then, of course, as always happens, once you've been dishing it, it gets dished on you. Now we got the whole 3-finger whack. I'm not gonna get into that, girl.
And he told me, he says, now stick one finger. So I put one finger. And then he was like, okay, now put 2 fingers. And I put 2 fingers. I thought that was it. But he was just like, okay, now slide 1 more finger. So now I'm like, yeah.
But yeah, unpopular opinion, ever since Wendy Williams has, you know, given up her spot, I feel like all of these celebrities have come out the woodworks thinking that they're Kaya and they're trying to like do something like, and then, okay, so I'm kind of, I don't know, let me know in the comments, who do you think the real influence is, Kaya or Wendy? Because it's like a mix of both, because you got people saying next case on their podcasts and on their segments. You got people with gavels. You got people wearing robes, all that stuff, like judge robes.
We're ordering protective custody to be placed around you because the rock is gonna beat your motherfucker.
Bear witness to the reading that I'm gonna put on your whole generation. So that's for the users. Now we're gonna go to Regina Carter. Yes, go ahead.
Violation of your probation, bitch. I told you not to have that baby back out.
We here at the Queen's Court is tired of seeing you have that young baby out there in the strip club like that. Please, we are going to subpoena you here under DCAL.
No, violation, bitch.
But then in the same time, you also have like the Wendy Williams, oh, this person's gay. This person's gay. I got a video of this person. I got a call from this person because they're gay. Like,
what did your husband do that made you uncomfortable?
Wendy, he went down.
Down where?
Other guy.
Lucy, stop it! Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay.
It's just so tired to me. It's so tired to me. And then here's the kicker. The kicker is they never bring anything of substance because these are their peers. I really don't care to hear a celebrity podcast because you're not really going to ask the real questions. And I personally think that's why Caresha Please did rated so well. I know a lot of people think it's undeserved. That's another unpopular opinion. I low-key feel like it was deserved. I mean, unlike all of you other celebrity podcasts, Clubhouse recording turned Spotify, Apple, she's actually asking certain questions like, hey, does that dude still hit you up? Because we want to know. Because he be boasting around his new baby mama like she's the Latin persuasion of the week, but do he still be hitting you? Like, she actually asked intrusive questions.
He cheated on you. Why you stay with any guy think he cheated on you? Huh?
No, I hear you for real. What'd you say?
I said it was a rumor that he cheated on you. I don't know if you confirmed it or not.
No.
That nigga cheated.
So why did you stay with him after he cheated on you? What made you forgive him? I say that because everybody cheat. Let's be real. All these niggas cheat. If you want to put it on the floor. Can I get that amen?
Caresha, girls be cheating too.
You be cheating?
I ain't say that. I said girls be cheating too.
But I said when he cheated, did you cheat back?
Nope. Black women don't cheat.
I know that's right.
But no, I was off him though. Like on some real shit, I was straight on. I wouldn't talk to him nothing. Like I cold turkey cut that nigga off. Almost.
As you should. Okay, now for real, why you took him back?
These people are scared to ask intrusive questions because they've done dirt with other people. They know that this person could say something about them, and it's like, okay, well then maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you should go back to doing what you were doing before, which is being in the news and not talking about your peers. The person that you just went to Benihana's with last week. I feel like I said this before. But yeah, unpopular opinion, Caresha did deserve that because all y'all are boring. You're never going to be Wendy, and I hope you get better soon, Wendy. But yeah. Let's talk about Keith Lee. I have an unpopular opinion. I know a lot of you guys clicked on this because of Keith Lee in the thumbnail because you're probably like, oh my God, not our fave. What did he do? He didn't do nothing, girl. When that thing happened with Keith Lee exposing all of the restaurants, unpopular opinion, I don't think he exposed the restaurants as much as he exposed influencer culture and how y'all be freaking lying, bro.
Tunnel Island on Governor's Island in New York, and I had such a good time. It's really giving Tulum in New York.
If you're looking for Tulum vibes right here in New York City, you must check out Gitano. Came out here for a girls' day and we just had the best time.
The service was amazing, the food was really good, the drinks were really great, and the overall ambiance was really
I legit feel like I just took a trip to Mexico here in NYC. I took the ferry to the new Gitano on Governor's Island to experience this Tulum-inspired oasis, and I'll say the food was good. Prices were a bit steep, but either way I'll go back for the drinks and the vibes.
Hey y'all, so I just wanted to come on here real quick and tell y'all the truth about Gitano because these influencers is lying to y'all. So we're just gonna start with the pros real quick. The vibes is there for sure. The area is nice. The scenery is giving Cancun like they said. And the service was not bad. This definitely is a place where you want to go for your birthday and get lit as hell and just vibe. But you might need to do bottle service because the cocktails was not it. This is where we were sitting at. There was bugs everywhere. You know, I can't really complain because it's outdoors. But I would not recommend if you're trying to do a nice date night with your man. And to be honest, sis, the food was not it. Look at my plate. Nothing else but chicken and leaves. And it was expensive.
Trying out the new Gitano beach club. Try scramble, 3 drops of salsa, 1 chip for a whole bowl pack, $32 for a sliver of tough meat, and 0 guys. Back on your wall. Welcome back.
For my 21st birthday, I went to Gitano on Governor's Island, where I was given a disgusting look from the host, as she informed me that the kitchen closed at 2:15, despite my reservation being at 2:15. After a friend of mine explained this to the host, we were finally seated and practically ignored by our server for the whole time there. But on the bright side, when I reminded her that this is a birthday reservation, she did offer me a candle. With the subpar food, the dirty looks, the absent waiter, it's a no for me.
And me, as somebody who makes content and stuff, the first thing I thought of was all of those food reviewers that just boomed.
It's no secret that pre- and post-pandemic influencers have been and are comped meals in exchange for their social media clout. And some don't mind at all.
Doesn't bother me. I love when I see people enjoying themselves. It makes me feel like it's a good restaurant.
Or I don't know how food reviewers started booming when nobody could get fucking food. Maybe that's why, girl, I don't know. But I noticed it's like nobody ever had nothing negative to say about any food ever.
Why are influencers always going to expensive restaurants? Because most of the time this stuff is given to them for absolutely free. The reason why things are free is because influencers have a following that likes them, likes their content, gets to see all this stuff. It's basically like hiring people to make a free commercial for the company. The company ends up getting sales. The influencer girly pops are happy because they get free things. So it works out for everybody. So don't believe everything you see on the internet.
I'm sure if that shit was nasty as fuck, you would not have said anything. I'm sure they were on their best behavior so you can get good service. I feel like it just exposed more so that you just cannot trust influencers for real. Like, because yes, Keith Lee is keeping it real, but it just shows you how the norm is to not keep it real, right?
The reason you brought me the bill? I'm sorry, I thought you were finished eating, but don't worry, there's no rush. I am done eating, babe, but I don't pay for my own meals. I'm an influencer.
Oh, it's a 1-star review. Okay.
I'm giving 1 star because of the cheap management and customer service. I heard the food was very good, so I went to try. Me and the boyfriend got the calamari, spaghetti al vongole, and gnocchi. All were very delicious. And I told her I'm going to post about it on Instagram, where I have
over 11,000 followers, and a lot of them are in the area.
Woohoo. So she seemed very happy about it.
That's very nice.
I thought that she would be grateful for the free advertising, but when the check came, there was literally no discount at all. I thought at least one of the entrees would be taken off, but they didn't even take off the calamari or even the drink.
Yahoo in America, whatever, I wrote a story about my friend and I. I'll insert it here. My friend and I have been copying hate for like weeks now, but like whatever, we're over it now.
I think it got cold when I was taking photos. Let's take this back. Got you that dish 30 minutes ago. I'm a TikToker, so I was just taking videos, but it's cold now. Hey, please get another round. I'm not gonna eat this one. I don't want this dish. I was putting my phone over it. It's just like not edible. You're gonna have to charge you for another one. It doesn't matter if you're a TikTok.
There is this Six Foods article that came out on an Instagram influencer from Toronto that taunts and insults businesses that don't reply or give them free food by sending them nasty messages like this. I'm assuming you guys will not answer me. You guys answered me before. Very poor business practice. There are other restaurants I will support.
When it comes to influencers, chef and owner Russell Jackson is not interested.
The aspect of influencers having expectations or wanting to, dying for free in your restaurant. The restaurant business, as we all know, has suffered immensely.
So yes, shocker, people are lying for clout for free food and on the internet. Like, shocker, right? Because there's no way. And now I'm noticing the trend. All the restaurants he went to, now all these food reviewers, up and coming food reviewers, are going there as well and are just trashing it.
So 5 hours to try some new restaurants in Atlanta, and the first stop is Old Lady Gang. A lot of mixed reviews about this place. Bertha's Fried Chicken. Bertha? Baby, this ain't really seasoned. The chicken is moist and it is crunchy, but you didn't season. Bertha, all you did was fry this and then put season on top afterwards. Mac and cheese. Okay, all right, okay. Cheesy, very moist. It does have flavor, but it's cold as woo! Collards. Collard greens like that, yo. Not quite sure what they season these with, but these are on point. Homebread. Whoa, hell no. This shit is way too sweet.
Went to the Real Milk and Honey and picked up some shrimp and grits. Okay.
It's like molding to the box. That does not look appealing.
I'm gonna explain the power of social media and making sure that you treat people the right way. Walking past the Real Milk and Honey, as you can see, there's nobody out here since Keith Lee came by and reviewed the restaurant over here. You know what I mean? They're a little light right now. There's some folks in there, but they're not as busy as they normally would be, and the patio's empty. You gotta get that service together.
You guys are blowing it. It's the Real Milk and Honey is not a ghost town. If you're going to post a review, if you want to chime in on everything that's going on, at least let it be fucking honest. And that's the fucking issue.
You know what I think it is? I think the real is unpopular opinion. Y'all don't really care about the food. Y'all just want a good Instagram photo. Y'all just want a good reel. You just want a good vlog footage. Like, I think that's the real tea. Let me know what y'all think. Speaking of black businesses and, influencers, all that stuff, I want to talk about DJ Envy and give an unpopular opinion. I don't know why this is unpopular. Maybe if you guys are watching this in the future, it will become popular. And I'm not wishing ill on nobody. It's just I gotta call it how I see it. Unpopular opinion, if nothing else happens, DJ Envy is going down for wire fraud.
I'm Jeb Smith with Coldwell Banker Realty. Wire fraud in real estate essentially is, someone masking, if you will, as a third party, or masking as an escrow company, you know, trying to get you essentially to wire funds to them instead of who you should be wiring it to. So I'm making this very complicated in my definition, but essentially, you know, wire fraud is when you think you're wiring money to one party, but you're actually wiring it to someone else, and that someone else in this case has bad intentions with regards to the funds that you're wiring. So an example would be someone goes to buy a house, they're planning on putting 50% down. Okay, so say we're saying, you know, the house is worth $500,000, they're planning on putting $250,000 down as a down payment. The wire fraud comes in when that couple goes to wire their funds at the close of escrow for the down payment. So that $250,000, they go to wire it to what they think is the escrow company, and they end up wiring it to someone else. And so the escrow company comes back and says, hey, we haven't received your funds. And you say, whoa, what do you mean? I've wired the funds to escrow to the number that you provided. And then there's some differences. You know, what happens is there's a difference in the account number or the bank or what have you, and that money has now gone to a third party, and that third party has now taken that money and disappeared with it.
Mail and wire fraud are the most common grounds for federal fraud prosecutions. These federal statutes allow fraud prosecutions for any fraud during which the perpetrator uses the mail or any method of electronic communication. The federal sentencing guidelines provide for fraud sentencing based primarily on the value of the fraudulent transaction, and secondarily on other factors such as the number of victims, the organization of the perpetrators, and the methods employed.
He has admitted to getting multiple people's money, regardless of what it is. If the person who digitally sent you money goes to their bank and says, I did not get the service required for what I paid, service is not received, or if they completely just want to fuck you and just say, this is fraud, I saw Cesar Pena online, I know that's your partner, this is fraud, and it's 500 bands, that's wire fraud, bro. You're fucked.
That's Caesar. Caesar is Flippin' NJ is my partner in New Jersey. He owns over 1,600 units in New Jersey and all throughout the country. So with Caesar, he taught me how to do it the right way. He taught me, you know, why he was like, his first thing is, why are you using your money? That's what you mean. He said, you don't use your money, you use other people's money. You don't use your money, you use other people's money to get these deals. And started teaching me the game of how to do it without using minimal money.
Wire fraud is when you think you're wiring money to one party, but you're actually wiring it to someone else.
Flippin' NJ. Today, Pro Style came. This is your first time picking up rent, right?
First time picking up these joints, so we don't want to see the names on the checks, but yeah.
Oof. Mail and wire fraud are the most common grounds for federal fraud prosecution.
First time picking up rent, and that's what it's all about. When I tell you about creating generational wealth, that's what it is. I picked up, this is some of my rent. He owes me some more. His rent is picked up.
Just getting started, baby.
And that's what it's about. Pro Style jumped into the game. How many houses you bought?
3. About to hopefully close on the 4th one, right?
This guy's trying to get more houses than me. He's going to start speaking at the seminar.
We're going to be at like 12, 16 units real soon. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. That's what it's about. Teaching and learning how to do it. And that's what we about, man. So I want to see you guys at the next seminar.
You could try to distance yourself as much as you want to, but at the bottom line is it's basic, simple wire fraud. You have admitted on multiple platforms that you use other people's money.
You don't use your money, you use other people's money.
That means there is a paper trail of people sending you money. That you're done. You're done, bro. You're done. You're done, bro. You're done. And I've noticed a lot of these YouTubers and Instagrammers defending DJ Envy also have their toes into the real estate business, and they're being very, oh well, we don't know if he gonna go to jail. Okay, y'all can play dumb all y'all want. Unpopular opinion, he getting locked the fuck up for wire fraud. At least. I gotta say it. I gotta say it. I gotta be the freaking party pooper, and it is what it is, because I know that this is YouTube's golden child, Twitch's golden child, the internet's golden child. Y'all do not like when anybody says anything that isn't kissing this boy's ass, and I'm sorry, I gotta say something. So if you don't like me after this, I understand. But unpopular opinion, the whole Kai Cenat prison experiment is so tone deaf, and whoever the fuck thumbs up that shit, Yikes, you need to get fired yesterday.
Hey, hold on, you can't fight. Hey, Switch, you're on Twitch. You can't fight. You're on Twitch. Alright? Relax. Chill. What?
Get him a blanket then.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Fuck, nigga. Are we locked in now?
Dude,
Kai, you get that nigga a blanket right now.
You said what?
Dude, we're influencers, dog.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude, why are you threatening us, bro?
Hey, bro, I'm a stack.
Dude, we're freaking influencers, dog. Relax.
I'm a stack.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you hurt yourself yesterday?
No, wait, we gotta say.
Kai Cenat brings the ex-convict from Santa Ana to speak to the youth on a 7-day jail stream along with Drewski. But you already know Drewski can't take anything serious, and this is the first thing that he asked the ex-convict.
I'm from Santa Ana, Orange County. My hood, I'm from...
What you did to get in jail, bro?
I did assault and battery with attempted armed robbery. Assault and battery.
Did the robbery or you attempted to?
I'm innocent, I didn't do it. Okay. I still didn't do it.
Help me over. The fucking talking about, bitch.
What's going on with you?
Y'all can't do this shit!
Calm down.
I'll give you a burger if you get back away from me.
I'm not even hungry.
I'll give you a burger.
I'm vegan.
I'll give you a burger.
I'm vegan, Juicy.
Please.
Juicy, I'm not doing it.
Please.
Wait, what the fuck was that? Oh, he really on house arrest. Hey, be quiet.
Great time with y'all. One of my big homies on the outside, rich as hell, he told me if one of y'all can name 5 DDG songs,
I got you, bro.
then I got you get $100,000.
Caught in foolishness. I'm gonna say that one more time.
Okay, say it again.
It is safer to meet a bear robbed of her cubs.
A bear? Boy, BBL booty. I'm gonna go. Suck my dick. Yeah. Suck my dick.
Okay, for one, prison should not be glamorized. It's not a sleepover. If you wanted to do a big institutionalized sleepover, you could have done a college campus, like a frat house, a fake frat house where everybody sleeps in the frat house and does their own thing, you know? But instead, you went to institutionalized prison and then you're like glamorizing aggression toward and homophobia with Annalie Chapa. Then you got a woman in there with Caresha. That would never happen. You would never like.
Sorry. You taking my bed tonight?
I don't know. I do a bunch of places. Come on. This is of all day.
What else would never happen? Oh, all them people just roaming. It just makes no sense to me. If you wanted to do something like that, if I was him, I would have just done a fraternity house type of deal. I wouldn't have done no prison. It just gives the wrong message. Realistically, in the U.S., that is our current form of slavery, whether you're white, black, brown, whatever the fuck. If you lose all your rights, that's where you go. That's slavery. You have horrible food. You don't get to call your family. You don't get a desktop in your room. You don't get to change your clothes when you call for it. Like
Metropolitan Correction Center, the MCC, the federal facility in Lower Manhattan that held notorious drug lord El Chapo and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, had fallen into such disrepair that the Bureau closed it, at least temporarily, in October of 2021. There is currently no reopen date for the facility. Shut down because of collapsing ceilings, crumbling concrete, completely unusable kitchens, in need of repairs totaling $230 million.
We're seeing problems in every institution.
Taft Correctional Institution in California was so unsafe, DOJ also had to shut it down. Built in 1996, problems with unstable soil causing cracks throughout the facility. The report said some gaps were so big the sun shines through. Total needed repairs cost an estimated $200 million.
Prison food made me feel like an animal. The same way a farmer wants to maintain the animals just to maintain, just so they can yield what they need from the animals, that's how they treated us.
It's not a secret that prison food is gross, but it's more than that. The food served in prisons is making people sick, leaving them with lasting ailments, chipping away at their mental health, hurting their families and friends on the outside, and harming the communities they return to. Simply put, prison food is a public health crisis.
Eating food in prison was pretty degrading. It's like lumpy. It's half the time it gets cold by the time you get it. They'll give you a tray of slop with 2 slices of bread, maybe a fruit or something like that. And sometimes I couldn't eat it. You know, I take a bite, have to spit it out.
Additionally, for the over 80% of people who are incarcerated who struggle with substance use, the typical prison diet can actually increase cravings for unhealthy substances.
The extreme heat that's scorching much of the country this summer is particularly brutal for prisoners and the guards who watch over them. By one count, 44 states don't have air conditioning in all their prisons. 10 of those states are in the South, where the heat wave has been unrelenting.
I just feel like it's being very glamorized. Not one of those people in there have been to prison, and I can tell because when you watch shows like 60 Days In and they bring people who've already been to prison in there, there's a PTSD aspect. There's just a yearning to go home. They don't like the institutionalized, like it doesn't make sense to bring former inmates in there.
Doing okay?
It's not really quarantine pod. It's not. They don't clean it. So why am I in quarantine? Like, it's terrible. They scream and holler, and it's constantly, like, as soon as I get to sleep, bam, somebody screams, and I feel like I'm just... Beat my head! Beat my head! Bam, 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 bam.
Why are they screaming?
Because a dog pound has more freedom than this, because they have the little openings where the dog... It's horrible in there.
I don't see how them girls do that for the first 5 days. Like, that is like, I don't know how they did it. I'm dreading going back. I do not want to go back in that room. I do not want to go back there. It's like, if I go in there, I'm going to go crazy. Like, I'm tired of laying down. My back hurts from laying there because that's all you can do is lay there.
The only question I have for you is, do you want your journey to end here?
So after a year, for people to go in there and see what's really going on with people inside.
A lot of good points, Charlotte. But culturally, we were meeting standards, and we increased those standards.
Like how?
By being there for longer and
right, being there for longer, and then be sad when I leave and then I lose touch with these girls. It is what it is. You ain't never been to ex-felon, you can't speak on that. I was dealing with the stuff that I never even finished dealing with from my past.
You're saying it just got super real when you were actually doing it.
So that's how I know that these are paid people being paid to spend a week. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Sorry, unpopular opinion. I'm not saying I don't like him. I just feel like it was very poor taste, whoever was involved in organizing it. Have y'all never heard of the Stanford Prison Experiment?
Stanford Prison Experiment commenced on August 14, 1971, after university psychology professor Philip Zimbardo divided student volunteers into 2 groups comprised of 11 guards and 10 prisoners in order to see how they would behave on their own inside a fabricated prison. The goal was to assess how quickly and intensely even educated and intelligent people can turn cruel and sadistic under the right conditions, and find out once and for all whether humans are inherently good or evil.
On the first day, I said, this is not going to work. I mean, the guards felt awkward giving orders, and they'd say, okay, line up, repeat your numbers, and the prisoners start giggling. And then a very interesting thing happened. Dave Eshelman, who the prisoner's named John Wayne, like he's a Wild West cowboy, he begins to be more extreme.
I decided that I would become the worst, most intimidating, cruel prison guard that I could possibly be. I was sort of fascinated myself that people were believing the act, and I was trying to see how far I could take it before somebody would say, okay, that's enough, stop.
We did have to do things like push-ups. We would have to sing things. At the beginning, we protested some of the actions. We did things to irritate the guards. So the guards' authority was challenged right off the bat. And the guards had to decide how they were going to handle that, and they had to decide it without our input. I mean, again, this was not a Milgram study in which we were standing over them telling them what to do. And they began to see the prisoners' behavior as a kind of an affront to their authority, and they began to push back.
He would ramp up the general harassment, just sort of crank it up a bit. Nobody was telling me I shouldn't be doing this. The professor is the authority here. You know, he's the prison warden. He's not stopping me.
There was the first evening a kind of rebellion that took place.
The prisoners rebelled. They barricaded themselves in their cells and said we refused to come out. They took off their numbers. They didn't want to be de-individuated. They started cursing the guards to their face. And the key turning point was the guards began to think of them as dangerous prisoners.
In just 6 days, before the experiment had to be called off, the guards had repeatedly abused and humiliated the prisoners by spraying them with fire extinguishers and forcing them to clean toilet bowls with their bare hands. The study and the creepiest photos left behind provide a chilling look at what humans are capable of.
Are the guards real? Like, let's see how this goes, I guess. It's just, I don't know. Speaking into not feeding into juvenile behavior, unpopular opinion, I will not be reading Will and Jada's book. And I don't care to feed into their shit anymore. I don't.
Her husband, Will Smith, surprised her on stage to talk about his love for her, and Jada was stunned by his pop-up and showed her emotions tonight. Jada's book tour rolls into the D.C. area at the Howard Theater.
And I know somebody out there is probably like, that's not unpopular. Girl, yes it is, because I've been getting requested to read these two bald head bitches books, and I'm over it. I'm so over it because it just feels too disingenuous for me. One of my tribe members told me on Patreon that they read Jada's and they liked it. I've been getting recommended Will's since before she even decided to do these shenanigans. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. They're draining. They are draining. I don't want to be in this entanglement anymore.
Jada's the best friend I have ever had on this planet.
And then it's not even like new information is being added, so it's not an easy read. It's like pulling freaking teeth. Jada over here embellishing all types of shit.
Cool.
Who said, did I?
Oh, it's out there. It's out there.
I said it was my soulmate?
That's what they saying. You said
Where?
it's all over.
Where is it?
You gotta read the book.
You gotta read the book.
I know, I'm gonna listen to the book.
See, listen.
So they put whatever they want out there.
Me and first, I'm gonna just tell you right now.
Read the section of the book. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very clear in the book. Me and Pop were never an item.
Oh!
Never, Joe!
No, that's breaking news. He throwing that.
That's the problem. See, that's the problem with me. People make too many assumptions because I be trying to keep stuff close to the chest.
You wanna know what? Up till now, that was a great part of your mystique too.
Will over here, yeah. I know y'all wanted to read this book because of Tupac, but there's only one fucking sentence about Tupac about how I almost met him, but I didn't.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
my God, that dude! Let me and you know that was in the early days.
Yeah,
that was in the early days, and it was like that was a big regret for me too, because I could never open up to interact with Pac, you know, and because we had a little bit of a thing, right? Because you know they grew up together, and you know they loved each other, but they never had that, you know, they never had a sexual relationship, but they had come into that age where now that was a possibility, and then Jada was with me, you know, so you know Pac had a little thing on that, but she just loved him like he was the image of perfection, but she was with the Fresh Prince, you know, so that was a huge regret of mine. I couldn't handle it, you know. I was the soft rapper from Philly and he was Pac.
It's like, I don't know, bruh. It's already been so spoiled for me, and then I'm just like genuinely tired of seeing them and their shenanigans in the press and all of that shit. If anything, I would love to see a book from Willow or Jaden when they're in their late 20s. I would love to see a memoir from them explaining their childhood, seeing their parents from afar. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like if they were to come out with a book now, it would be heavily influenced, edited by their parents. So yeah, I'm good on that. I don't need another Will and Jada book. I'm good. Now, speaking of Will and Jada, I saw this clip of Chris Rock, bro, and it's so disgusting. It was this clip of him talking to an exec back in the day about how he was getting accused of SAing a woman and how they were going to discredit the woman, like all of this stuff.
Anthony Pellicano is someone that you call not when you're looking for justice or looking for help in navigating a scandal. He is someone you would call when you had a threat or a very big problem that needed to be handled. At their base, his tactics were illegal background checks and illegal wiretaps, which would then kickstart blackmail, harassment, stalking, property damage, physical threats of violence, actual physical violence that his clients had indirectly ordered from him and his network.
I'm going to read this to you. I'm not supposed to have this thing. Do you understand that?
Right.
I'm not supposed to have this thing, but I got
so
it.
Nobody knows.
See, any rape victim is confidential. You can't get it. There's no record of it. You understand?
Oh, boy, I've been so set up.
Yeah. But I need to know from you, honey.
What do you need to know?
Did she on her thighs? You said you had a rub on her, brother.
I had a rubber on. I probably took it off right when I was getting ready to come. Probably kissed her ass, you know.
So, you got to change your story now. The wonderful thing about this is that the police department didn't believe her.
I'm just, once, you're accused of rape, it's just fucked. You're just fucked.
I know, that's why I want to blacken this girl up totally.
You are just
Do you understand?
fucked.
Yeah, I know, but I want to make her out to be a lying scumbag.
Just horrible, rich, elite BS, right? Now, what does that have to do with my next unpopular opinion? Unpopular opinion, you know them people that the climate change protesters that have been traveling all over this year?
NASA scientist was arrested for locking himself to a Chase bank.
We've been trying to warn you guys for so many decades. Now we're heading towards a catastrophe. And we've been being ignored. The scientists in the world have been being ignored. And it's gotta stop. We're gonna lose everything.
People have had enough of Just Stop Oil. Just Stop Oil is an environmental activist group that protests the use of fossil fuels and have gone viral on social media for being everywhere they're not wanted. Their protests have attracted major attention, but usually causes a lot of disruption, like wrecking stores, blocking roads, and even delaying medical emergencies.
They're low-key right, bro. They're low-key right, and we need to really start paying attention about because I know we're in late stage capitalism right now where everybody is, oh man, Taylor Swift, she exudes a lot of jet fuel gas emissions and it's killing our climate, and she is the main bitch doing it.
The music icon is one of 10 A-list celebrities who are being called out after a study by the sustainability marketing firm Yard named stars with the highest carbon emissions from private jet travel. The report reveals that the singer's PJ has emitted more than 8,000 metric tons of carbon in the last 7 months alone. And just to put things into perspective, the study reports that's nearly 1,200 times more than the average person's annual carbon emissions. Talk about champagne problems. But a spokesperson for Taylor is telling E! News you need to calm down, and says, quote, Taylor's jet is loaned out regularly to other individuals. To attribute most or all of these trips to her is blatantly incorrect. Got it. So that's Taylor's version of the data. Meanwhile, Yard's report says that since January, Taylor's plane has taken 170 trips and racked up just under 23,000 minutes in the air, which is the equivalent of almost 16 days. It also notes that the aircraft's shortest flight was from Missouri to Nashville at 36 minutes. Taylor in Nashville, that's something we know all too well. Taylor is just the latest celebrity to receive criticism for her private jet use. Just weeks ago, Kylie Jenner faced backlash after posting a photo on Instagram of her and Travis Scott standing in front of their planes with the caption, "You want to take mine or yours?" Despite the fiasco, Kylie ranked 19th on Yard's list. Floyd Mayweather, Jay-Z, Alex Rodriguez, and Blake Shelton rounded out the top 5 of Yard's list of celebrity climate offenders.
Oh look, Elon Musk, he likes to take his jet as if it's a fucking taxi and fly from New York to Connecticut.
Elon Musk's private jet flew from San Jose to San Francisco, a 35-mile flight that lasted a total of 9 minutes, according to Twitter users who track the tech mogul's movements. Many are expressing outrage over the carbon footprint left behind by the head of Elon Musk's private jet flew from San Jose to San Francisco, a 35-mile flight that lasted a total of 9 minutes, according to Twitter users who track the tech mogul's movements. Many are expressing outrage over the carbon footprint left behind by the head of an electric car company. New York Times editor Andrew Ross Sorkin offered an alternative explanation, stating the plane was likely just being repositioned. Last year, Jack Sweeney, a 19-year-old college student, founded the Twitter account Elon's Jet, which gives regular updates on flights taken by Musk. Musk, who said this was a security risk, was so alarmed by Sweeney's Twitter account that he contacted the student and offered him $5,000 to take it down. Sweeney turned down the offer and demanded $50K.
People are starting to wake up okay, maybe I should stop buying these concert tickets. You get what I'm saying? Maybe I should stop doing this, stop doing that. to try to do something, right? Doesn't mean Taylor Swift isn't still gonna go to your city, no, but hey, I'm noticing that people they're waking up. And I remember I saw Burning Man, and Burning Man, I saw they were protesting people to not go in there. They were like, bro, don't go in there, it makes no sense, you guys like burn so much stuff, it's polluted, you've messed with the environment out here.
Climate protesters actually blocked the protest. So they got a whole lot of woke holidaymakers wanting to get to Burning Man, but there was all sorts of scuffles here because the Extinction Rebellion types were actually blocking the road. But the reason I wanted to show this to you is because the Nevada police turned up, and have a look at how they dealt with it. Turns out there is a reason to have a rhubarb in Nevada. So there you go. The police then came back and they moved everything out of the way. They arrested a couple of the protesters and they were determined to, obviously, to open up that road. Now, we don't condone any sort of brutality, but these protesters, you got to deal with them. And the Nevada police certainly did.
They didn't fucking listen. They go out there, sure enough. Y'all remember what happened?
Rain came yesterday and went on for about 12 hours, turning all of the dust into clay and mud. People attending the festival in the Nevada desert are being told to conserve food, water, and fuel as they shelter in place. The official Burning Man Traffic X page posting this tweet saying, do not travel to Black Rock City. Access to the city is closed for the remainder of the event, and you will be turned around. As you can imagine, this isn't the experience that festival goers were expecting.
Here's the proof of life update. I'm alive, but all the activities are shut down. They shut the water down. I'm walking around helping pull power cables out of the ground so they don't get stuck in the mud.
Tens of thousands still trying to get out.
This is where festival goers finally reach a paved road, but getting here is a lesson in patience. For some, the 6-mile trip out taking as long as 9 hours.
And now questions are mounting over the chaotic mess left behind. The Pershing County Sheriff slamming the conduct of festival goers, telling the San Francisco Chronicle some abandoned their property and vehicles, leaving trash across several miles as they scrambled to escape the storm.
There have been people that have left things. I think a lot of people had a very fear-based reaction.
Organizers have not responded to NBC's request for comment about the aftermath, but veteran festival goers like Terry Galt, who's staying behind to clean up, are frustrated.
We know that people abandon their camps, so it's not surprising to hear that there was trash left behind.
But I noticed that it was Chris Rock was out there too with all them like on the dune buggies and shit.
What a nightmare. Meantime, DJ Diplo was there with comedian Chris Rock. He posted this video to X or Twitter saying just walked 5 miles in the mud out of Burning Man with Chris Rock and a fan picked us up.
It's just like the rich is so entitled. If 2023 has shown us anything, the rich so entitled. People are tired. They're killing the planet. Like, I really don't know what's gonna come next, but unpopular opinion, y'all need to start putting more support into environmentalists for climate change, that are protesting for climate change, that are putting money into climate change. Like, give it boosts when you see them out and about, because they be out and about.
People have started to push back against these protesters and have taken matters into their own hands, from spraying water on protesters to physically removing them from the streets. Many people have had mixed reactions about these activists, with some saying by causing more traffic jams, the protesters might be increasing pollution, and some saying instead of focusing on major oil companies, why are they disturbing regular people on the street?
I'm not gonna lie, they're annoying. When I first saw them, I was like, oh, these people are annoying as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you, they're annoying, but they're for a good cause, bro, and they're not wrong. Like, they're right, bro. You see that countdown that be in Times Square? Yeah, that is the point of no return. When it gets to that and that is done, there is nothing we can do. We have permanently affected our climate, and if you don't have kids, you might not want to have them. It's that bad. Like, y'all need to start boycotting and stuff. Like, put your money where your mouth is. I mean, we don't got much money anyway, child. You can't just be, you get what I'm saying? I think right now people are boycotting Starbucks for the same reason. Rich people doing horrible things with their money. I'm not gonna say too much about that because I will get my whole video, my whole channel taken down, but I digress. Y'all could fill in the blanks. But that is all I have today for the unpopular opinions. I like gathered them over some time, so sorry if some things are outdated, but yeah, it's weird that after all that time I still feel this way, so nothing changed too much. Let me know if you like this video, if you agree with any of my points. Make sure you hit that like button, give me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think about these topics, even if you don't agree with me. I love starting conversation with y'all, and I will see you next time.